Hello and welcome to the DX Corner for your weekly dose of DX as part of Ham Radio's oldest ham radio magazine on the air, This Week in Amateur Radio. I'm Bill, AJ8B. If you're watching this on YouTube, the text of this will be included in the show notes. You won't have to remember calls, dates, URLs, or other details. Just check the show notes. Wow, what a tough week for chasing DX. Around the end of May, a coronal mass ejection, or a CME, occurred and affected the Earth on June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, with residual effects lasting a bit longer. A CME is an eruption of solar material in strong magnetic fields. When this arrives at the Earth, a geomagnetic storm can result. I noticed three things because of this event. First, the HF bands could not have been deader if I had just disconnected my antenna. They were horrible. Secondly, there was an amazing day-long 6-meter opening to Europe and South America on June 3rd. Finally, many folks here in Ohio were able to catch a glimpse of the Northern Lights on June 1st and 2nd. Who says this DX stuff is easy? Here's an update from Eurus, YL2GM, after his ZS8 Prince Edward and Marian Islands de-expedition. YL2GM Eurus departed Marian Islands, which was ZS8W, on May 13th. It took 5 days by boat for him to arrive in Durban, South Africa. He's now been home for about 10 days. He closed the ZS8W webpage as it was causing major problems for envious and bad actors. All documents have been sent to the ARRL DXCC desk. He's still waiting for the operation to be approved. In the meantime, QSL cards have been ordered with expectation of receiving them today from the printer. This would have been yesterday, Monday. Eurus plans to have all direct requests mailed this month. OQRS is open at clublog.org/ZS8W. He requested the LOTW certificate and plans to upload QSOs to LOTW August 15th. In the meantime, Eurus has been very busy catching up on life back home. And what a de-expedition he put on, and well done. Oh, and by the way, thank you, because it was an at note for me. Each week I try to focus on those entities that will be available in the next 7 days. There's so much data out there to sift through that I thought a focus on the next week might be helpful. Here's what you should find QRV when you tune the bands, assuming propagation starts to come back. The following DX information comes from Bernie, W3UR, editor of the Weekly DX, the Daily DX, and the How's DX column in QST. And by the way, if you would like a free 2-week trial of the Daily DX, your only source of real-time DX information, just drop me a note at thedxmentor@gmail.com. A de-expedition to the Faroe Islands is underway until June 10th using call signs OY6FRA, OY6 Alpha, Oscar Yankee stroke W9MK, and Oscar Yankee stroke K4 Lima Tango. The team will operate on 160 to 6 meters with FT8, FT4, sideband, and CW. On 6 meters, they will use the 6-element Yagi. And they're planning on being in the ARL digital contest this upcoming weekend using Oscar Yankee 6 Alpha. And you can QSL all of this through my friend WB2RAM, OQRS, Clublog, QRZ, or LOTW. And for more information, please visit their site at faroeisland.com, which is FAROEIS.com. The most recent member of the DXCC Challenge 3000 Club, K9EL, will be visiting St. Martin on a family vacation from June 4th to the 18th, so he should also be QRV. And plans to be active as Fox Sierra stroke K9EL during quiet times. Activity will focus on 6 meters when it is open and limited activity on other bands, which would be 40 through 10. Operating times will be sporadic, often short. Daily Club Log and LOTW uploads are planned and possibly Club Log live stream. And you can QSL John via K9EL. Club Log OQRS is preferred. What an outstanding operator he is, and congratulations on making the 3000 Challenge Club. That is a major accomplishment. Currently, the NBDX team is active from the Channel Island of Jersey. This team consists of 13 participants from the Radio Club Grimbergen, supplemented by some participants from other sections. The team is active on 160 through 4 meters in sideband CW and FT8. In addition, they're making contacts via QO100 satellite, including DATV. The team is using the call sign MJ/OP2 Delta for all contacts from the resident and MJ5 CKM/P for WWFF and BOTA activities. Follow the team and their activities via Facebook or via QRZ.com. Club Log Stream will be used. And I apologize for my voice. These allergies are striking again. So, Sierra Quebec 5 Hotel Golf Yarrick will be in Tunisia June 9th to the 16th. So, possibly by the time you hear this, with plans to activate 3 Victor 8s Sugar Sugar on sideband and digital modes on 160 through 10. And you can QSL that to Yarrick's home call, again, SQ5HG. Aldir PY1 SAD has arrived back in Guyana and will be there until July 10th as 8 Romeo 1 Tango Mike on the bands during the weekdays between 2300 and 0200 Zulu, and more so during the weekends. He will be on CW sideband digital modes 1.8 through 50 megahertz as well as satellite. Japanese operator JR1FKR is planning to go to the VIP guest hotel and be QRV holiday style as Tango 88 Tango Juliet from Palau and the Palau Radio Club until June 11th, including participation in the ARRL digital contest. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of DX in the digital contest. JH1MLO, who is also Tango 88 Hotel Radio, was originally going to join JR1FKR, but he's had to cancel. JH1MLO does plan to be there the first 6 days of November. Starting Friday, June 6th, listen for T888TJ on 40, 20, 17, 15, 10, and 6 meters on sideband, FT8, FT4, and RIDI. QSL Tango 88 Tango Juliet either direct or via the Bureau, which is JR1, FKR, and LOTW. So good luck, and I would really jump into this digital contest this weekend because there's a lot going on. The most recent DX Mentor YouTube episode is available this weekend. Steve, KF8KI, was the guest. He discussed his amateur radio journey as well as his time with QRZ.com. Check it out. If you're interested in DX podcast and YouTube channels, you should check out the DX Mentor Facebook page and subscribe to be kept up to date on all of our DX activities. Until next week, this is Bill, AJB, saying 7-3, and thanks to my XYL Karen for her love and support. I hope to hear you in the pileups. Have a great DX week.